Humility, the strength of the truly great. Long ago, in a small village by the mountain, there lived a young student named An, and was known for his intelligence and quick mind, but he was also proud and competitive. Whenever someone debated him, he had to win. Whenever someone did well, he had to do better and show it off. One day, An heard of a wise master who lived in solitude high on the mountain. People said that anyone who learned from him would discover the true path to greatness. Burning with ambition, An climbed the mountain to find the master. After many days of hardship, An reached the master's simple hut. The old man looked at him kindly and asked, "You have come to learn, haven't you?" An bowed, but his eyes still shone with pride. "Master, I want to know the secret to becoming the greatest of all." The master poured a cup of tea until it overflowed, spilling onto the table. Alarmed, An cried out, "Master, the cup is full, it cannot take more." The old man calmly replied, "Exactly. A cup already full cannot take more water. You are like this cup, filled with arrogance. With such pride, no wisdom or knowledge can enter. To truly learn, you must first empty yourself, you must be humble." An was struck silent. For the first time, he felt deeply moved. From that day on, An stayed on the mountain. But instead of learning grand philosophies, the master gave him only simple tasks: sweeping the yard, carrying water, tending vegetables. At first, An felt insulted. Was this all? Was his intelligence being wasted? But slowly, he realized the truth. In these humble tasks lay the greatest lessons. He learned patience, discipline, and above all, the power of humility. No task was beneath him. Only pride could make a man truly small. One day, the master led him to the foot of the mountain and pointed to the river. "Do you see? Water always flows downward, seeking the lowest ground. That is why it can gather streams and brooks, becoming a mighty river, then the vast ocean. If it only stayed in high places, it would remain a small stagnant pool. So it is with people. Only the humble can grow vast, for they can accept knowledge, love, and respect from others." And finally understood, humility, not pride, is the path to greatness. Years passed, and An left the mountain. He became a teacher, a counselor, a man admired by many. But unlike before, he no longer sought to boast or argue. He listened more, learned more, and let his actions speak. The villagers often said, "What makes him great is not his intelligence, but that he never stopped bowing low enough to keep learning." Humility in nature. Nature itself teaches us. A rice stalk, heavy with grain, always bends low. The fuller it is, the more it bows. True fullness comes with humility. Water, as the master taught, always flows to the lowest place. Its humility gives it power to carve mountains, to nourish life, to become the ocean. Even sunlight never boasts. Yet every morning, it quietly shines, gifting life to all creation. Humility in human history. Throughout history, the greatest figures were remembered not only for their talents but for their humility. Abraham Lincoln, even as president, often visited wounded soldiers in hospitals, sitting beside them as a friend, not a ruler. Mahatma Gandhi, who led a nation to freedom, lived in simplicity, wore hand-spun cloth, and called himself a servant of the people. Albert Einstein, a mind that changed science, once said, "A person starts to live when he can live outside himself." He never called himself a genius, only a lifelong student of the universe. It was humility that made them truly great. Humility in everyday life. We do not need to be saints or rulers. You and I can practice humility every day. A student who listens instead of always arguing with teachers. A leader who admits mistakes instead of blaming others. A child who thanks their parents instead of assuming love is owed. Humility is a seed. Wherever it is planted, it grows into respect, growth, and love. The final lesson. Ask yourself, how many opportunities have we lost because we weren't humble enough to admit we didn't know? How many relationships have we hurt because our ego was too big? Humility does not make you small. On the contrary, It is the foundation that allows you to rise higher. It is the mirror through which others see your greatness. The truly great never need to say, "I am great." They simply bow low, walk quietly forward, and the world bows to them.